Grayson, I think you started, you missed your first 3 shots, and then you went on and kind of turned it around quickly like you did.
Yeah.
How encouraging was it just to have that and then get going like you did?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice. It was the first, I think it was four shots were frustrating. I felt like they were like in the hoop and back out. So next 2 after that, everything felt good. So when I got more looks, it was just same shot, same motion, and they started to go in.
So that third quarter, I think you scored 19, but specifically got that revenue where you just was unconsciously getting the shots.
Yeah, we generated a lot of good looks offensively, and I was on the receiving end, like a lot of driving kicks, multiple drives, multiple efforts, some good kickouts from offensive rebounds, like a lot of good extra passes, and a lot of them just happened to be in the right spot, from moving, getting open, whatever it was, and then playing a lot of that small pick and roll with Book and Kev up there and trying to create some confusion on the slipping out or setting it, rolling, popping, being a driver off that. So just a couple different things that were working for us offensively.
If you could put your finger on what's wrong right now, what would you say?
What's wrong? I mean, it's frustrating. A night like tonight, like we offensively, I feel like has been where we've been lacking a little bit. I feel like we've been in some games where if we had a normal shooting night, a normal offensive night, it would have been a W for us. Like tonight, like we have a pretty good all-around offensive night from everybody, and a guy scores 50. So, part of that is hats off to Luka. Like our game plan was throwing different bodies, doubling, throwing different looks at him, and he got hot with his step-back threes and carved it up with some passing early, and it made it really difficult to guard for the rest of the game. So I just think for our group, like we just got to keep playing games. Like I feel like every time we're out there, we're getting a little bit more together. You start to see little bits and pieces of stuff come together. Like we have great stretches. We have great quarters. Like we haven't put together a 48 where we can like truly say like this is our identity, this is who we are. But we have great stretches where you can really see it coming together. And the more and more games we play, I think we're going to start to put together some 48-minute stretches where that's who we are.
To your point about that, when you're going through a tough stretch like this and trying to get the reps to get to that point, what's the key with a group of guys who are all relatively new to each other to kind of stay together and get through this type of adversity?
Yeah, I mean, we got to keep a little bit more positive energy going. Like it's very easy to look around and be frustrated because we have the talent to win more games. Like the way our team is put together, I feel like we should be winning more games, but we are a new group and we have to take the growing pains in stride and keep a positive energy, because you got to be very optimistic about the flashes that we do put together that are good, because that's truly who we are and who we can be. And early on in the season, still early on in the season in December, and we've been unfortunate with injuries early on. That's delayed some of the more stuff, but I truly believe, I'm really optimistic that if we keep putting minutes together out there on the court, we're going to start flowing. So some positive energy here through the frustrating losses.
When you look at Metu, what stood out about his play for you tonight?
He played incredible. Rebounding the ball was huge. I mean, he got a lot of extra possessions for us. My first three was wide open because of an offensive rebound. First made three was wide open because of an offensive rebound he got. And he was really dynamic in the roller spot. He obviously scored the ball really well, but he made some great passes out of the half roll when they're trapping Book and Kev up top. Was a really good decision maker. And then he's a good lob threat down low in the dunker, a good finisher down there and knocking down threes. He was really all over the court and was great for us tonight.
Grayson, have you seen like an inconsistent theme? It seems like a lot of star players have come in here this year and just went off basically. And have you seen any consistent theme in that?
Yeah, I mean, it's so far we've had two guys that we've played really differently. Like the last two big performances were Brunson and Luka tonight, and we played both of those guys pretty differently. I think the Brunson game, I think all of us, players, coaches, if we would have gone back, we probably would have guarded it a little differently. I think tonight with Luka, like, I think we had a good game plan for him. He's just really, really good. And when you're trapping the ball, like, our rotations on the weak side could have been better. Like, there's a couple times I was back there and he's skipping it to somebody who's driving right by us. Like, it's got to be better so that the guys that are on the ball being aggressive and trapping him are more comfortable and aren't as worried about getting back. But, I mean, a guy like that, when he starts hitting step-back threes out of a double team, it's pretty difficult to say, like, what are you going to give up tonight?
Thanks, Grayson.
Yeah, thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody.